Here we go, week 18 of the On Top the Cage show here. Final regular season week of football, at least I think so.
Yeah, we might have to do 18 and a half.
We might. We'll get to unprecedented unfolding events that happened on Monday Night Football. Scary shit, man. Scary shit. We'll get to it, I'm sure. I don't know if it'll be a football or in the intro. Probably in the intro. New Year's. I promised you a New Year's recap. I tell you what, it was very uneventful here because I fell sick. Like, on Friday, I was at work, and I felt completely off. Like, I went down. I was in the bed, like, Friday through Sunday. Yeah, it was awful. Like, it was awful. I was so pissed.
Disappointing I didn't have anybody to drink with for the Notre Dame game.
And tons of great football that was on.
That game was fantastic, too.
I tell you, I did not get out of bed until, like, Monday. I didn't feel normal until Monday. It was awful. Like, literally, no drinks. Zero drinks. Last night was the first night that I've had a drink since Thursday evening.
I'm surprised the lady at Giant Eagle didn't call 911.
Looking for me, yeah. No, yeah, the liquor department's like, where you been? Yeah, for sure. Like, literally, I'm pretty sure I might have snapped like a 35-year-long running streak of having alcohol on the weekends. I think the last time I haven't had a beer or alcohol on the weekend, probably age 16. So, unfortunately, I snapped that.
You should have been a trooper and sucked one down just to not break that streak. Come on, Joe Thomas. What the hell?
I have it in.
We need a banner up here now.
I was down. It was not good, obviously. And then, Katie didn't have too much fun. Like, nothing happened here, really, at all over the weekend. And there was a ton of good football that was played. So, not much to tell from my side of the story for the New Year's Eve weekend and celebration. I did watch, obviously, I watched the Ohio State Georgia football game, and I saw parts of the TCU, the playoffs. I saw all these football games in bed when I was in and out of sleep, if you will. But Dan, I hope to God you got a better story for New Year's Eve. What'd you guys do?
Holy smokes! We hooked up with our neighborhood crew. I started off going to Mass, 4:30 Mass, New Year's Eve.
Saturday, yes.
Then we went out, local restaurant in Akron, had a delicious meal, went to a bar, had a drink there, and then went back to one of the neighbors' houses and watched the Ohio State-Georgia game. Didn't even watch that stupid ball drop, which I was happy about.
The football game didn't end before midnight either.
Oh, no.
And it was crushed. Obviously, the field goal attempt or the drive by Ohio State and the field goal attempt happened, I want to say, probably 12:02 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. And what the hell's the coach at Georgia?
Kirby
Smart. What'd he tell his quarterback? You lucked out this time, or
Maybe they did.
Holy shit!
We'll talk about it. We are going to pick the national championship game.
What's our record for those two college games we picked? I think we picked them right, didn't we?
We did 2-0. Yes. We both took the points with Michigan. We took the points with the Buckeyes.
I knew TCU was going to win that one.
You knew that?
I knew it.
What a game. That was a crazy game. Well, here's the thing. If you like defense, there wasn't a lot played during the college playoffs. I don't know the final score of that. TCU Michigan was like, 52-47 or something nuts? And then obviously a high-scoring game between the Bulldogs of Georgia, defending champs, and the Ohio State Buckeyes. And we'll talk about it. I think you probably saw the national championship game on Saturday night. But anyway, so New Year's resolutions, Dan?
None.
Me neither.
Wait, I'm not done. Just because you were laying in bed, then Sunday, New Year's Day, went over to my brother's house. All the family over there made the pork and noodles. Fantastic.
Where's the cabbage?
The sauerkraut's in there.
That's in there?
Yeah, it's in there. It's
in there.
Fantastic.
It's in there. Was it
so good?
Ragu? It's in there.
On Monday, it's like I wanted to work, but nobody else does. I got shit to do, and I can't get a hold of anybody.
Speaking of that, I'm not a person to lay around, and this time of season, it's dark. When I leave for work, it's dark when I get home from work. there's shit to do around here where it needs to be light out. And like I was super pissed about, being down and not being able to drink alcohol and watch the football and enjoy all the revelry of the New Year's weekend and things like that. But also, the shit doesn't run on its own around here. I mean, there's certain things that you need daylight to do around here outside or whatever the situation is. And I was super mad about that. But Monday I felt so much better. I took all the Christmas decorations down outside, like in some shitty drizzly rain. I tell you what, I woke up like at 7:30 in the morning and started doing it because I had been sleeping for like, I don't know, like I'm fucking Rumpelstiltskin and shit, like forever, like for 72 hours. So.
Well, the weather here has been crazy. You would think we're celebrating Easter with the weather we got. I mean, since Friday to today. I got my shorts on right now.
Dan does have shorts on. I mean, it was what, like 0 and negative, like the wind chill was like negative 25 and things like that. 1 week later, we're like balmy, 55, 60.
It's insane.
It's stupid. Yeah, it fucks up people's allergies and everything else. The board is rattling. It's kind of windy. We've had rain. I don't know when the yellow ball is going to show up again, man. I can't wait to see the sun.
It was out for like 30 minutes here this afternoon.
My driveway's still wet. It's been wet forever. I don't know. We got more intro to do, but we got a great big beer up here on set. So I think we should probably do the beer to start getting through this thing.
Thirsty.
How many ounces we got, Dan?
19.2.
Who makes a can that big?
I don't know. It's kind of tall and slim. I don't know. Yeah. Can presentation is good with the monkey with the green tongue.
What do we got, Dan? What kind of beer we got here?
It is a sour.
It says sour triple. They misspelled triple? What's triple?
Triple, fruity notes.
What's TRIPEL? I've never seen that word before.
Imported Belgian yeast, swirled through precise souring.
It is from...
Pucker up for a bite of citrus.
One bad thing for Dan, it's from... What's the town in PA? You might not be able to read. I read it earlier and I had to look it up because I never heard of it.
Is this from PA?
It is. It's from Eastern PA too, like 35 minutes outside of Philadelphia. What's our alcohol content too?
Downingtown, PA.
Yes. And that's it.
So did you have to go to a... Where'd you get
Oh,
this?
by the way, I got a Giant Eagle. So I had originally picked up a 4-pack of craft beer.
Look, the can is sweating. It's so warm out here.
I know.
I don't know what the alcohol is in this. It doesn't
9.5. It's over there. I was waiting for it. It's just
Where?
above the wheelhouse right here, brother.
Oh, shit. Right there in the big... Yeah, no wonder I couldn't see it.
A little above the wheelhouse.
It's like an advertisement.
I mean, that's a lot. But Dan, I have no idea how it's going to taste because let me tell you this. I originally picked up a different 4-pack of beer. And then I saw the price tag on it. It was $18.99. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not paying $18.99 for 4 beers. Hold on. I'm concerned. You know what these cost?
$5.99.
$2 a piece. Like, I'm a little nervous about, like, what it might taste like.
Tastes like downtown Pittsburgh.
Is it good or no?
Right from the river, baby. And it's not the Ohio.
It's sour. Fuck. It's sour.
I don't think it's that sour.
No? You got a better palate for it than me. But look, $2. I mean, that's like fucking natural light price when you talk about 19.2 ounces for $2.
We should have had paper bags for these then.
I don't know. I don't mind it. It took me a second.
Maybe that's why it's got a green tongue.
Maybe.
We'll have green tongues tomorrow.
Good color. I don't know. I like it. It just takes me a minute. I mean, it's a little shocking every time that I put a sour in my mouth.
Should have kind of stirred it up, shaken it up.
You like it?
Mix it up. Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, good.
I don't think it's that sour. It's not as sour as the platform beers. It's good. It's a different taste. I like the sours.
Yeah, he does.
I like the little pucker.
Little treat for Dan.
Change it up.
Dan likes sours. I don't know if he knew he liked sours until when did you get turned on to sours? Was it here? Was it here that you had your first sour beer, or did you have a sour? Do you know? No.
I don't recall.
Anyway, so my wife's been working like crazy. I mean, I wasn't here for like fun and things like that. I was laying in bed. She took down the entire inside. All the decorations are down. Amazing. It looks like we got robbed, but I mean, I love that look again.
Looks like the Hallmark Channel moved out.
I suppose. Yeah, it's out. It is out. That's good. That's good for me. I like that. So, she ended up actually, well, today, I mean, that big tree that goes in front, the 15 to 20 foot tree that goes in front with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of murdered sand dollars on it from Hilton Head. She took them all off today while I was at work, and the boys apparently, well, she cut the limbs down and things like that so it make it more manageable to take the tree out. They took it to the back property. I didn't have to do it, so I was super happy about that. Like, shit like that never happens around here. I probably need to make the boys do a little bit more than what they do around here, but like, never happens. So I was very happy about that when I got home. She was looking forward to showing me the house, or pleasantly surprising me that I didn't have this on my plate to do or anything like that. So we're down. We're 100% down. So
Haven't even started taking our stuff down.
nothing.
Nope.
Outside, inside, nothing.
Outside lights are still on. Inside, no. Hey, church calendar. Christmas is over on Sunday.
What do you mean the church calendar? What is the church calendar? What, Advent shit? Is that what we're talking about?
No, that
What the fuck? Advent?
decorations. It's Christmas.
When
Baby.
wait?
Baby Jesus. We're celebrating Baby Jesus.
Per the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Christmas isn't over until Sunday?
Yep.
That's what Father Durkee says over there at Queen of Heaven?
But I mean, he's the
Pope?
priest.
Pope.
I mean, that's
All of them
what
say-
it is, man.
all of them say
He's
that?
taking it down.
I tell you, yeah, it's been a revolving door around here. We've had so many people in here. Tom left, everybody left for Christmas. One of my kids, Buddy from Florida, has been up here for a while, like Tom style, like 10 days maybe or so already. I think he leaves on Friday, but we got more people coming in. We got Katie's brothers, Billy and Kevin, coming in, and their spouses coming in. They're due in Friday. I'm super happy that I'm feeling better. It would have been
This
horrible.
Friday?
Yeah, this Friday. We got them coming in town. So,
What's the next celebration? MLK Day, man. Are you celebrating that early?
What do you mean early?
That's like next weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not off work. I promise you that.
For MLK?
Yeah. You're not off work. You're off work.
I'm off work when I want to be off work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, Dan, I don't have that. I don't have that luxury. So, anyway,
Which is never, though. I don't choose to be off. I was trying to work on Monday, but nobody else wanted to.
yeah, we were off on Monday, and I got some things done around here. I mean, I was super excited to be, like, literally excited to be out of bed and like feeling normal for the most part again. So, I got some shit done. Drizzling rain. I'm taking down the decorations. There's this huge deck behind the house, and I was like tiptoeing around taking the garland off, because when you get close to the master bedroom on the far side of the house, Oakley's a motherfucker. Like, can hear everything. Like, I'm tiptoeing around side because he'll just like lose his shit. Like, if he hears anything at all. So, but anyway, I got away with that because I was doing it like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's all down. I'm happy about that. So, I don't. Well, did you open a DraftKings account, Dan?
Hell no.
Why not?
What? No. I'm not a gambler.
I tell you what.
I like my money in my wallet,
I hear you. I hear
not
you.
in DraftKings.
They give you, when you register early, they give you $200 in free bets. Actually, 8 individual $25 bets.
That's the tractor beam. If
Sure.
you've seen Star Wars, they're sucking you in.
Right. They eventually, what their real goal is to make sure you attach a bank account to it, or a payment system.
Exactly.
That's what they're looking
Credit
for.
card.
So,
Yeah.
and mine didn't even load right, and I had to email support, and eventually they gave me my free bets on Monday. And I haven't really played it. I haven't played any games yet on DraftKings, but my wife did. Hers loaded perfectly fine. She was all into it. She played she tried to play all 8 of her games, and that'll lead us into what happened on Monday night. And we're gonna talk about that, I think, in the intro before we get to the football games. But yes, Katie went 5-2. So she has money in her account. like she's
The tractor beam.
like she thought she lost. She had bet the Finns.
Yeah.
The Finns were getting 3 points, right? They get a late touchdown. They end up losing by 2. Anyway, she thought she had lost the bet. I'm like, no, you won. And I saw her do like this. She goes like this. I'm like, she did like some weird. I'm like, did you just do like some fucking fist bump? She's like, yes. Like she hasn't watched any games at all, but she's like wildly into it. Like it's stupid. So anyway, she's into it. She's got some extra money in her account. We'll see if she attaches a bank account to it or plays out her string. But she's good. They voided her bet. She was on Buffalo on Monday night. And let's talk about this before we get into football games, which is like an unprecedented, scary thing. Damar Hamlin, safety for the Buffalo Bills, makes a very normal-looking tackle and gets up and then staggers and falls completely backwards.
I don't think he staggered at all. He dropped to the ground.
Yeah, it was a very scary scene. He's apparently doing better, which is really great. It's a heart situation. I don't know. There's a lot of thought that it's this diagnosis of commotio cordis, which is just like the perfect fucking wrong storm of timing where you take some trauma to your heart chest area during the perfectly wrong rhythm of your heart time. I mean, like, how does that happen type of thing? But maybe it's not that. And maybe there's some genetic stuff with it. I don't know. It was a wild scene.
Maybe it's because of the COVID vaccine.
I don't know. Dan's got some conspiracy theories going.
No, I'm throwing it out there, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. That's for some doctor to determine. I mean, it was a sad situation, whatever it was. I mean, it was scary. You knew they weren't going to play that game. You can't blame the NFL on the response and all that other nonsense that's going on. I mean, good grief. If you have any sense watching it, you knew he was in serious condition laying there.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched football for 40 years. Dan's watched it probably similarly since I was like 10 or 11. I was a regular watcher of the National Football League. I follow Tom's probably watched for 70 years. And nobody's seen anything like this. It was unprecedented stuff. The response from the people on the sidelines, the medical personnel was tremendous. I thought the coverage. I know you don't like Buck and Aikman. I thought they did a great job.
Buck looks like a douche. He still looks like a douche. The one that I want to give credit to is
Scott Van Pelt.
Because I'm telling you, that dude gets some shit. He got this shit after that game because I thought Buck looked like an ass. But Van Pelt handled it like a professional. The other piece of shit assignment he got was when the COVID cancellation on the basketball.
Yeah, the tournament.
I mean, what the hell? That dude needs a freaking raise.
I tell you what, kudos all around.
We go to Scott Van Pelt when a disaster happens, and he handles it perfectly.
I mean, this went from a football story to a national news story like that. I mean, instantly. And social media is tough. I thought Buck and Aikman did great. I thought Scott Van Pelt was absolutely tremendous in studio. They were phenomenal. On for like the next 2 hours. I mean, they had ESPN reporters going to University of Cincinnati Hospital. I thought it was all handled very well.
Some of the people they had on were a little sketchy.
I mean,
Scott Van Pelt.
They're not used to be on TV, but I thought they did great.
What the hell? You got some internet geek that you gave him a microphone with an ESPN logo?
I mean, to have this thrown on your plate and the reaction I thought was tremendous by all of, call them talking heads, things like that. I thought the National Football League did great too. That thing about, hey, we're going to play in 5 minutes, that's bullshit. That's not what fucking happened. The problem is, it's not like Sean McDonough or Zach Taylor can call the game. It's not like the Zebras can call the game. That shit has to come.
Sean McDonough.
What's it? Sean McDermott, my bad. Thank you.
The announcer?
Yeah, you're right, McDermott. I misspoke. It's not like they can call the game. That has to come from Goodell. It has to come from the National Football League. There was no thought that they were going to play that game. It's just red tape. So I thought the National Football League handled it tremendously well.
I thought they did too.
We're all wishing, Damar Hamlin well. I mean, there's more and more positive news coming out. He certainly, is breathing on his own for the most part now. So fantastic for him. Whether or not he makes a recovery where he can play football again is another thing. Did you see his charity, by the way?
Yes, I did. I mean, that toy drive.
Kind of like a Toys for Tots
from McKee's Rocks, PA. His mom has a daycare center, so he wanted to do a toy drive. The goal was 2,500. I talked to somebody today that actually donated to it and get the live feed. And when I talked to her today, it was at $6.2 million.
Yes, I mean we went from $2,500 to that's a lot of fucking choice.
$6.2 million.
That's a lot of choice. What a great response from the American public. A great response from all like the players and coaches and teams in the National Football League. I mean, it was something that we haven't seen before, and I give credit all around for the coverage, and for everybody pouring out here in regards to what they're doing. By the way, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It says "Bear Down" on here, and it's from a company called Obvious Shirts. I wore it at the very beginning of the season. Remember the Jeff Dickerson T-shirt?
Remember it, yep.
They made a DeMar Hamlin. There's a buffalo, and it says 3 on the side. They donated all of their proceeds or the sales to his foundation. So there's a lot of outpouring. So that's great, and we hope the best for DeMar Hamlin. And let's talk about the other thing, because I saw Scott Van Pelt at one point in time say, "Let's put this over here," and we have to talk about what this means to the National Football League because it's so late in the season, and it wasn't like the game that has been suspended and not played right now was the Browns and the Bears, our teams.
Right.
That doesn't mean fuck anything. This game meant a ton in regards to AFC seeding, who gets the number 1 seed, which is an enormous thing, which means you get the bye, and you have 2 home games, theoretically, to go to the Super Bowl. So it means a lot. I have no idea. It's still undecided what the National Football League is going to do in regards to this. And we're still waiting. I have no idea. I have no idea how they fit that game in. So we'll see what they decide. But I guess other than that, well, last week it didn't go well. You ready to talk about last week? Fuck, man. We only have 15 games because we have the suspended game, and we have. I was on Buffalo in the game. Dan was on Cincinnati, by the way. But Dan went 5-10, and I went 6-9. Neither of those are good fucking records. Dan's 116, 135, and 4 on the year. I'm 132, 119, and 4 on the year, 13 plus. We both went with San Francisco as our elephant pick, and that was even before
jackasses.
They played Vegas, and that was before we made the pick. Before they decided to pull Derek Carr as a starting quarterback and put in Jared Stidham or whatever the hell his name is.
All-star.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco
on the Pro Bowl roster.
San Francisco won the game in overtime. Obviously, did not cover the number. I'm 12-5 now as I'm leaking on the season. Hopefully, we get it right for you this week. So, other than that, I think we're on to the slate.
Yeah, some of these games are going to suck.
They are. There's a more than probably a handful of games that are inconsequential completely. There's 2 games on Saturday, and they're both handled by ABC, which is different than what you've normally seen. ABC never has games, but you got to tune into your ABC affiliate to watch these games. The first game is at 4 o'clock. It's Kansas City traveling to Vegas to play the Raiders. Kansas City 9.5-point favorites in this game. What are you doing with your neck?
I'm stretching out, but do something with your wife. This game means nothing.
Well, it does in regards to the seeding. I guess. I mean, Kansas City wants to win the game.
Take her out so you can watch the next game later. Go out early.
We don't go anywhere. She's not like that.
I'm talking to people that leave their house.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh, not me. Good. I didn't want to be in that party. Kansas City 9.5-point favorite in Vegas here. They haven't looked good. Like the past several weeks. What does Kansas City not do?
Cover the spread.
They don't fucking ever cover. They're still winning, but it's got to look a lot better come playoff time. I mean, they won their game at home against Denver 27-24. I mean, they beat a traveling shit show of a team, the Denver Broncos, by 3 points.
With a freaking new coach.
Yeah, who the hell was the coach?
I don't even know the guy.
Yeah, positive results after Nathaniel Hackett left the organization, I suppose. And we just talked about the Vegas Raiders because Dan and I blew our elephant pick. They were very game against the San Francisco 49ers. They lost that game in overtime by 3 points. They chose to go away from Derek Carr in regards to the starting quarterback and his Jared Stidham guy. Stidham. Okay, my bad. I don't know. The guy, he's from Auburn. I know he's from Auburn. But
he's from New England, and he knows the system that McDaniels wants.
That's right. He is McDaniels brought him brought him to Vegas from New England when he got the head coaching gig out in Vegas. He played really well. I mean, is he going to do this 2 weeks in a row and keep this game competitive? Or are the Chiefs finally going to cover a number?
No, it's going to be a competitive game because the Chiefs don't cover. 9.5. I'm taking Vegas on this. I don't like their defensive coordinator either.
Who? Chiefs or Vegas?
Chiefs.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
It's a dude from the Giants. Well, I can see his face right now.
Oh, fuck. Does it like a mustache?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. Maybe I'll grab it later in my mind.
I totally see his face. I'm taking Raiders. They're not going to cover. No.
The last 2 weeks in a row, I've picked the Chiefs to come out of their slumber and cover numbers. They haven't done it. Like, I'm gun shy now. So I'm going to go with Vegas, I guess, as well. I wouldn't play this fucking game. I wouldn't. I would not play this game. So, but we're both on the Raiders getting the points. The next game, Saturday Night Football on ABC, 8:30 p.m. start. It's a great football game. It's
a good game.
It's Tennessee.
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, it's Tennessee.
I'm smiling.
It's Tennessee at Jacksonville, and it's shoving all in. It's for all the fucking marbles. Tennessee, mid-season, we were talking about Tennessee. Okay, they've won this division. You know, they're fine. You know, they're going to be a tough out because it's going to be winter, and they're going to run Derrick Henry. 6 fucking losses in a row later. They're on the brink of being out of the playoffs completely. Whoever wins this game wins the AFC South and is in the playoffs. Now, Jacksonville does have another back way in. They're going to need a lot of help. But if they win this game, they're in. Tennessee comes off their loss against Dallas on Thursday night. And they're playing with a third-string quarterback named Josh Dobbs, who Dan seems to like a little bit. But what do you think about this Tennessee football team?
Well, they still have Derrick Henry, so I'm cool.
And they rested their players. I mean, Henry's fully healthy and ready to go.
I still have faith in that defense. And Dobbs, I'm telling you, I from what I saw Dobbs here in Cleveland, he's not bad. He's curious. I want to look at him, watch him play. I mean, this game means all kinds. It's huge. He's better than Malik Willis.
Yeah, Willis played when Tannehill went down. Willis played for 2 or 3 games, and it was not good.
They didn't throw.
It was not good. I mean, maybe
Dobbs can throw. Dobbs is.
He did make some plays.
He's got he's a NASA dude.
Dude? What dude? NASA?
Yeah,
NASA.
He graduated with he's a smart kid.
Where'd he go to school?
Tennessee.
To Tennessee? To Tennessee.
But he's got an aerospace degree.
What? What do you do with that?
Apparently, he uses football as a side job.
Okay. Dan's got boy genius quarterback here.
I'm taking Tennessee.
Really?
Vrabel.
By the way, the line's the line's pretty.
These Clemson kids. Nope.
By the way,
happening.
The line. By the way, the line's -6. Jacksonville comes off of they played their players last week, unlike Tennessee.
-6? No, I'm taking Tennessee.
They throttled Houston, and they played their players. I mean, they're a young, exciting football team. I saw where they allowed their fans to pick what uniform combination the Jags are going to wear. They went with all teal, so the Jags being all teal. By the way, the Jags have an out if they possibly lose this game. What they need is for the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Steelers all to lose.
No, so they're on us.
They have a backdoor way in. I don't know if that's a lot of combinations to work to get in. Obviously, they want to win this game. Jacksonville -6 in this game. I love the momentum of the Jags. I think Doug Peterson is a very, very good coach. Trevor Lawrence has been playing really well the last month or so of the season. I'm going to lay it. I'm going to lay the Jags. I think they blow them out.
Tennessee.
All right, Dan's on Tennessee. We're odds. Hey, I tell you what, we went down the board the last few weeks, and we've had 5 or 6 together. We got 1 in odds right out of the gate on Saturday night. The Sunday early slate starts with the game that means absolutely fucking nothing.
How the hell do we have that many close? Like last week, and my record's 5-10, and yours is 6-9.
It's one different.
Jeez.
One different.
I got to stop picking what you pick.
That's shit. The last time you picked the elephant pick, and I rode along like an asshole. Like, who would do that? So, anyway, a game that means absolutely nothing. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers play in division against Atlanta. To tell you how much this game means nothing, the Atlanta Falcons are 4.5-point favorites in this game. Tampa Bay comes off of they're 8-8, by the way. They are winners of the NFC South. They did it last week.
8-8, baby.
I tell you what, they won against Carolina. They were down big. They were down 14-0 in this game, and they had a huge fourth quarter. And I still don't like hearing all this Tom Brady. No way. This Tampa Bay Buccaneer team is in the playoffs. They're going no fucking where. Nowhere. I guarantee they go nowhere.
Because the only reason they won is because some idiot couldn't cover Mike Evans.
Well, here's what's going to happen. They're going to play Dallas. Dallas going to beat them. Anyway, we'll talk about that next week. The Atlanta Falcons, they're 6-10. They come off a win against Arizona. It was the first win for Desmond Ridder as a starting quarterback for the team. You know, we'll see. They're eliminated. Atlanta -4.5. I would never play a game like this. It means nothing. But
no, yeah.
What do you think? Is Atlanta going to win the game? Tampa Bay's going to rest players. I have no idea the backup quarterback even is in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta.
Me too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Next game on the board is an important game now. It's the New England Patriots traveling to Buffalo. Division game again. New England's 8-8 on the season. The Buffalo Bills are currently 12-3, missing a game. Obviously, we talked about the situation that unfolded on Monday night in Cincinnati. New England comes off a very big home win against Miami, putting them in this position. And here's the deal with this team. They win this football game in Buffalo, and they're in the playoffs. Not an easy task going to Buffalo, which is a very good football team with heavy hearts, chips on their shoulder, who are going to play their absolute balls off for their fallen, commander.
I mean, I agree with that. The 7.5 line, I think, is a little big. I think Buffalo definitely wins this game, but not by 7.5. I mean, New England's got something to play for. This game means something to both teams.
It means a ton. I agree. And the overwhelming emotion that's going to be in Orchard Park on Sunday is going to be unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's making me emotional because I don't know.
7.5 line? No, I ain't going there. I'm taking New England.
Boy, that's hard. It's hard.
Bills are going to win, but 7.5?
I'm laying it. I'm laying the emotion.
Is Mac Jones playing?
Of course he is. I don't even think he is. The team's so limited. I can't believe that the New England Patriots are in a position where winning in. But meanwhile, that shit's not easy. So I'm picking them to lose, and it's not necessarily because of the in-laws. The in-laws need these guys to lose, and I hope certainly that they do. We'll see how that shakes. Just mess with the logo a little bit. In any event, I'm on the Bills -7.5. Next game on the board, the Minnesota Vikings travel to Chicago. Vikings are 8-point favorites in Chicago. Minnesota's 12-4. They are playing for something. They're playing for playoff seeding, actually. The Bears are playing for absolutely nothing. They're eliminated. Actually, they're playing, probably to lose and maybe have a chance at the number 1 draft pick overall in the next upcoming draft in 2023. Minnesota looked like absolute garbage in Green Bay last week. I mean, Green Bay got special teams touchdowns. They got, offensive touchdowns. Minnesota never got on track offensively. I mean, they played so bad. And here's the deal.
It was awful.
This team's 12-4, right?
Yeah. They're lucky to be 12-4.
The Philadelphia Eagles are the one seed at 13-3. So they're one game behind them, right? For the season, the Minnesota Vikings have a negative point differential. Meaning that their opponents have outscored them cumulatively on the season. That's nuts to me. I mean, absolutely nuts. The fraud, term for the Minnesota Vikings isn't going away because that was a really shitty performance in Green Bay.
It was awful. I mean, I don't see that team winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, no. I mean, I said it. I'm not going to say it again. Where I picked them in the NFC Championship
You picked
game.
them to win the Super Bowl.
No. I picked them to be an NFC Championship game against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia goes to Super Bowl. But and we'll talk about our Super Bowl predictions. I don't know. Do you remember what yours were? I'll play them back for when we get to wild card weekend. Cleveland.
No, I think I had the Bills in San Francisco.
Chicago lost.
Wait, do you know what I picked?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Who'd you pick?
I
you
just
Cleveland. Who
moved? I picked the Bills in San Francisco. I think.
Nice. I'll play it back on our season prediction show. We'll get it clear. I know who I picked, and then
I thought you knew by the way you asked.
I don't. We'll get some clarity on that next week because I love wild card weekend. I can't wait for that shit. I think we're gonna have wild card weekend unless the National Football League decides to put one game on the schedule next week and push everything back and let Buffalo and Cincinnati play that game. I don't think that's going to happen, but there's all kinds of scenarios, and the NFL has not decided. And, if they don't, here's the thing. Buffalo beat Kansas City this year. They owned the tiebreaker against them. There's no saying whether or not they would have beat Cincinnati, on Monday night. They were down 7-3, but, obviously we were like fucking 6 minutes in the game or something.
So, wait. But Cincinnati beat Kansas City.
They did. Cincinnati beat. It's a wild mix in between Cincinnati, Kansas City, and Buffalo for that one seed in the AFC. And obviously, it means everything because you get the bye, and then you get home games. The bye is just enormous. There's no two ways around it. But I don't know. If they say, hey, we're just not going to play this game, and by the way, Buffalo.
You call it a tie. What happens?
Buffalo, you're a half a game back of Kansas City. We know you beat them, but you're a half a game back because you didn't get a chance to play your game, so you're the 2 seed, not the 1. That's a little fucked to me. I don't know. It's really hard for the National Football League. Like I said earlier, it's not like the Bears and Browns are playing where it didn't mean anything. This game meant a ton in regards to playoffs.
They're going to play the game. So, and when they replay it.
I don't think they are, Dan. You really think they're going to play this game? How are they fucking going to play this game?
They're going to have to play it. Hey,
how?
This is when we're playing it. If you show up, we're playing.
When?
Whenever I say. I'm Goodell.
Okay, you're Goodell, and you say, okay, you guys just played on Sunday. We're going to make you play on Thursday?
Yeah.
And then possibly you're going to play on Sunday again? Thursday, Sunday? No way.
Make an exception and have that game on Tuesday.
Jesus, that's a lot. I don't know about that.
What do you mean? They did it in COVID.
I venture a guess that they're not going to play that game, period, that they're not going to alter the playoff schedule, and there's going to be some sort of thing. They might. Andy Reid and Sean McDermott. They might have to fucking Rochambeau. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in regards to that, in regards to the 1 seed. And I have no idea. It's nuts. We're off track here. Minnesota's -8 in Chicago. Chicago, oh my God, my football team is so bad. Justin Fields not playing this week. He has a little hip thing, whatever. The Bears don't want to win anyway.
He's got a little hip thing.
The defense is
horrible. Why our quarterback?
Defense is horrible. Here's the thing.
Worthless game.
I was so under the weather, I fell asleep at halftime of this game because I saw my team quit. They quit, like in the middle of the second quarter. I could see it. I could see the offense quit. I could see the defense quit. The defense is horrible. They look like they quit all the time. But anyway, Minnesota's -8 in this game. Nathan Peterman's the starting quarterback for the Bears. If I was just going to blow him up.
Yeah. This is one of those games don't even fuck with.
I don't know. Minnesota looks like shit.
They look like shit, but the Bear with Peterman.
Yeah.
Is that from Seinfeld or something?
No.
Yeah, Peterman.
Jesus.
Yeah, you
get COVID. Anyway, no. The way I was
shit my pants.
The way I was saying it was from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Peterson. And not Peterson.
God damn it.
Yes. Hey, I'm
Take
taking
my daughter out at the front of the school.
That shit was awesome. We're way off track. People are like, why the fuck are we watching this show right now? I'm taking the Bears plus the 8. I am.
Minnesota.
Next game on the board, Houston.
Oh my God.
Houston,
this
Indy.
game sucks.
What a horrible football game. The Indianapolis Colts.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm going with Indy. Who are you going with?
Houston. I'm rooting hard for
All right,
Houston.
fine. We're skipping it.
No.
I'm not. Woo! This is why people don't watch.
I'll make it quick.
Who gives a shit?
Indy's minus 2.5 in this game. Houston got blown out against blown out with Jacksonville. Indy got blown out at New York.
They both suck.
They do. But here's the thing. Houston playing for the overall number 1 pick right now, to keep the overall number 1 pick. This is the best game I could possibly ask for. I mean, Nick Foles is out. Whatever, Matt Ryan's not playing. Sam Erlinger. If Lovie Smith wants to win this game, they probably will win this game. But they don't want to win this game, dude. They want the number 1 overall pick, because if the Bears get the number 1 overall pick and Houston has 2, the Bears going to fucking mortgage it for 2. They're going to mortgage it completely. I'm a huge Houston Texans fan this week.
Wait, say that again?
Well, if Houston wins in Indy, and Indy's a horrible football team, right? With another third-string quarterback playing, and the Bears lose, the Bears get the number 1 overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft.
If Houston wins?
And the Bears lose.
What if Houston loses and the Bears lose?
Houston still has it by half a game.
And Houston still has our pick.
Yeah.
So they have the ammo to do whatever they want.
They do. But let's say Houston wins and the Bears lose. The Bears have the 1 pick. The Bears immediately call Houston and say, you can have 1. We want 2 and 12. Which is the Browns pick right now.
Then they both need a quarterback.
The Bears don't.
Oh, no.
The Bears don't need a quarterback, so they get more
So
than
I'm telling you to say no. What are you going to do?
What?
You're not going to take a quarterback.
No.
You're gonna find somebody
They're going
that
to
wants a
fucking
quarterback.
mortgage it because, all right, Houston's scared to death that somebody else is going to go up there. But the Bears go, Houston, all right, I want 2 and 12. You get 1 for winning that game. And then the Bears draft the best defensive player on the board, whether or not it be Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. And then they hopefully grab a great receiver or an offensive lineman, whatever the situation is.
You need some offensive line. Dude.
They need a lot. The Bears need a lot. Anyway.
Move on. Next shitty game.
Are you on Indy or Houston now?
Indy.
I'm on Houston, baby. I'm rooting hard for them. I'm on Houston. Next game on the board, super important game. The New York Jets.
Not for the Jets.
Are 1-point favorites down in Miami playing the Dolphins now.
Although they need a quarterback.
Yeah, they do. The Jets come off of their loss in Seattle. They got beat pretty good. They've been eliminated. They got eliminated last week. They 100% need a quarterback. There's no two ways about that. The Dolphins, with their roller coaster season, here's their formula. They need a win at home against the Jets, and they need a New England loss in Buffalo, and they're in. They are riding a 5-game losing streak right now. They have significant quarterback issues. Tua is not playing. There's a big question as to whether or not Teddy Bridgewater can play.
Broken what?
Finger. He's got a finger. He's got a broken.
His throwing hand?
I think it's a ring finger on his throwing hand.
Yeah, okay.
There's a dude named Skylar Thompson. I don't know where the fuck that guy came from. Kansas State or some bullshit. Yeah. I mean, this has been a roller coaster season for the in-laws. We'll see. I don't know who's going to play. The Jets are a 1-point favorite in this game with their defense and shitty quarterback play against a shitty quarterback play and a pretty good defense.
Taking the Jets.
No way. Fins are in.
Sorry, Tom.
Fins are in. Fins are going in. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins to win this game at home. Find a way, somehow. I don't care what the hell you have to do. Find a way to do this. And I think New England gets throttled in Buffalo. I think Miami finds their way in. Hopefully, Tagovailoa can play. We'll see. I mean, he's got a scary situation, too, with his head injury. Why are you doing that?
It's sour at the bottom.
There's extra sour at the bottom of the beer? That's not true. That's not true. This is taking forever.
Bottom.
All right, talk about
dumpsters in a glass.
Talk about a game that can go fast on Carolina and New Orleans. This game means absolutely nothing. Both teams got eliminated. New Orleans 3.5-point favorite in this game. Carolina comes off of their loss in Tampa Bay where they coughed up a 14-0 lead. I mean, if they won that game, they'd be down New Orleans trying to be in the playoffs. They're not. And New Orleans had a tremendously, difficult season, the disappointing season. Although they come off a big win in Philadelphia where they played pretty well. They won 2 in a row. I mean, too little too late for the New Orleans Saints here. They're 3.5-point favorites against Carolina. Nobody's playing for anything. These games are tremendously hard to bet when you don't have any motivation from either side. I personally would never, ever consider playing a game like that. The New Orleans Saints are minus 3.5 in this game. Dan, you going to take the points? You gonna give them?
I'm taking whoever you pick.
All right. All right, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers getting 3.5. I think it's a field goal game. I'll take the points every time. We're both on Carolina. Next game on the board, and obviously we're going to wait a little bit, but I'll introduce it. It is the rivalry that is Cleveland and Pittsburgh, and this is a fun game. Woo! A game that potentially could have been flexed to the Sunday night spot. It's just really difficult for the National Football League because there's all different combinations of things that can happen for teams to get in, or all of a sudden it doesn't matter anymore. But Pittsburgh is a field goal favorite. They're 3-point favorites in this game. The over-under, by the way, is 40.5. Cleveland comes off a win in Washington. They're 7-9 on the season. They're not viable. They're eliminated. Their defense played pretty well in Washington. Deshaun Watson had a better second half than what we've seen of him in the previous few games. I guess that's a positive sign for them. The Steelers, 2 weeks in a row, they went into Baltimore, and Kenny Pickett led a late drive to win the football game. I think that kid's a player. I really do. He's got pretty good poise, man. I like what I see from him. Like I said, it's 2 weeks in a row. The path for the Pittsburgh Steelers is this. They need to win. They need a Miami Dolphins loss and a New England Patriot loss. Dolphins, 1-point dogs. Patriots are huge dogs. They're 7.5 dogs.
They're not going to make it because we're going to win.
It's a super fun game, but meanwhile, the games are going to be played at the same time. I would like, ideally, not for the in-laws, but ideally for this football game, Miami is lost and New England is lost, and Pittsburgh is fighting for the playoff chance, and your team gets a chance to knock them out. Steelers -3 in this game, Dan. I have a feeling where you're going.
I already told you. Fuck the Steelers. Ain't no way.
Pittsburgh got a ton of motivation. I'm going to play them. I'm going to play them.
I think they got a good coach. Their quarterback's not that good.
He's young.
Learning. He's young.
Yeah.
He's not that good. No.
I'm going to lay at Pittsburgh -3 in this game.
The hell out of here.
Next game on the board, Dan, you're going to get lost here because when I made the board, we had no idea when Cincinnati and Baltimore were going to play. But they are on the 1 o'clock slate. And the next game up on the board after Baltimore at Cincinnati is the 4 p.m. or the late slate on Sunday. Baltimore goes to Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
Wait, hold on. What game are you on?
Baltimore and Cincinnati. It's right before the Sunday football game.
It's a 1 o'clock game?
It is.
It was supposed to be a 4?
No, it wasn't. It was TBA, so it was listed at the very end of the thing. It was listed to be announced. I have no idea why. I don't know if it was due to the DeMar Hamlin situation or what. But meanwhile, they had no idea where they were going to put this football game as of Tuesday afternoon. Literally, it did not have a scheduled time as of Tuesday afternoon when I made the board. Anyway, it became a 1 o'clock game. It's Baltimore at Cincinnati. Obviously, it's AFC North. Baltimore's 10-6 on the year. Cincinnati's 11-4. They're missing a game, obviously, due to the crazy circumstances that unfolded in Cincinnati on Monday night. Cincinnati's 7-point favorite in this game. Baltimore comes off of their loss against Pittsburgh. We've talked about it. Defensive struggle. Baltimore fucking sucks completely without Lamar.
They're a mess. Yeah, their offense.
They're horrible without Lamar.
Terrible. He's supposed to play.
You see him on the fucking sideline?
Yeah, with his
sunglasses. What are we doing?
And he don't like the cold. He's got that freaking neoprene thing on. I didn't think it was cold that night.
I don't care if it's not cold. It's not bright at fucking 9
Yeah, he
o'clock
got
at night.
those friggin' blades.
What are you doing?
He looked like an idiot.
He does look like an idiot. I tell you what, and he doesn't have an agent, and I think that the Baltimore Ravens may be getting a little tired of
I agree.
his shtick. He's been a little ouchy. Nothing against Lamar in regards to that. I mean, it's a tough sport, man. And I'm not saying he can't play. I mean, if he can't play, he can't play. He's got a PCL. My guess is that come playoff time, Lamar plays or gives it a run. We'll see if
As long as it's in warm weather.
I mean, he's a wildly good athlete. There's no two ways about that. I mean, his passing ability is questionable, if you ask me. And giving him a monster contract, I think would be very questionable. But anyway, Cincinnati -7. That's a big game for a rivalry. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Taking the Bengals.
They'll win the AFC North.
Taking it.
With a win. I mean, Burrow's so good. So good.
Taking it.
So good.
They want to play. They need to get on the field after Monday night.
What is that? Sweet Carolina, when I keep on saying, so good.
Playing.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
No. The Ratbirds, screw you. Harbaugh's, go to Canada.
They're a wildly better team, and if it's Snoop Huntley playing and not Lamar Jackson on Sunday, which I 100% believe is going to be
Look at how fancy your B is on the board.
For what, Baltimore?
Yeah, that's like trademark Baltimore Ratbirds.
Thank you, I think.
That's a good
is that a compliment?
Yeah.
Dude, those come far and few between.
Compared to the rest of the handwriting on this thing, that is
so now we're
fantastic.
gonna get passive aggressive.
You asked me if it was a compliment, so quit being a dick. I gave you a compliment,
they don't come out of
now-
your mouth very fucking often,
Hey.
bro. Anyway, we're both on Cincinnati.
Passive aggressive. That's the stupidest term I've ever heard in my freaking life.
Dude, it's an art. I'm so good at it. Anyway, Cincinnati -7. They're a considerably better team without Lamar. I'm blaming it too.
Ratbirds suck.
Dan and I agree, man. We're both on Cincinnati -7. The late slate starts with the New York Giants playing Philadelphia. Philadelphia, 14-point favorites in this game.
Jeez.
The Giants, they're 9-6-1 on the year. Philadelphia's 13-3. The Giants have absolutely nothing to play for. They have cemented themselves. They're locked in as the 6th seed in the NFC. They have nothing to play for. Daniel Jones not playing. Saquon Barkley's not playing. I don't think any of their players are playing. Philadelphia obviously is not. We're not going to see Jalen Hurts until the playoffs come. That's Gardner Minshew, gunslinger, whatever. I mean, still 14 points is a monstrous thing.
I ain't going with 14. I'm taking the Giants.
I'm with Dan. I agree. I'm with Dan. I'm going to take the points with the Giants. I mean, that's a huge number in the National Football League.
Dable still gets those guys to play.
It doesn't matter who's playing. 2 touchdowns is a big number in the National Football League. It's not a big number in college football. No. It's a big number in the National Football League. Next game on the board, the other 2 teams in the NFC East, and that's Dallas and Washington. Dallas 5.5-point favorites in Washington. Dallas 12-4 on the season.
Both of the NFC East games are late. How the hell is that possible? They're at Philadelphia and Washington.
I'll tell you why.
So both of them are going to be on a chance to be on TV. Screw that.
It's not about being on TV, Dean. It's about the fact that Philadelphia is 13-3, and if they lose and Dallas wins, then Dallas somehow assumes the one.
NFC sucks. Who's in NFC?
Who's the threat in the NFC?
NFC?
Is that where you?
No.
Is that where you're going?
I'm sick of watching the same teams on TV.
I don't think you're going to see that game.
Which game?
I don't know.
It's the late slate.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I'm going to get one of these 2 freaking.
So you need an NFL Sunday ticket, Dan.
Screw that.
Dan doesn't pay for extras. Dallas -5.5 in Washington. By the way, I mean,
you're going to have to do it on Google next year, so you won't be able to change games.
YouTube.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a la carte YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dallas -5.5 in this game. They didn't look very good on Thursday night. They looked okay in Tennessee. I mean,
Washington.
They turned the ball over.
Fuck it, I'm going with Washington.
That's fine. But Dallas, I mean, and you're gonna like balk at this. They're a dangerous football team. I mean, they're a talented football team.
They're dangerous. Their coach sucks. They got a lot of talent, but they don't play good.
They can make a run though because that team has so much talent on the offensive side of the ball. They have a ton of talent on the defensive side of the ball. If something somehow clicks, a dangerous fucking football team. If you ask me, Washington, they got eliminated. They made that move to Wentz last week. It didn't work out.
It was stupid.
It was stupid.
No.
I completely agree. I think that was a mistake by Ron Rivera. Heineke was playing okay. And here's the deal. They're back to Heineke and Sam Howell, who they drafted in like the second.
No, Heineke's not even. They already named the starter. It's not Heineke.
It's Howell?
Yeah.
No, Sam Howell's going to play
Yeah.
them? I mean, playing out the string, you might as well look at what you got. They're playing for nothing. Dallas is minus 5.5 in this game. It's going to be played at the same time as the Philadelphia game. Like I said, if Philly loses and Dallas wins, Dallas all of a sudden is the NFC East champ, which is stupid. I don't think any of that's going to happen, but I'm laying the points of Dallas.
I'm taking Dallas too.
That hurt Dan. Los Angeles Chargers travel to Denver in this game. Next game on the board. Chargers 3-point favorites in this game. Chargers 10-6. They are in the playoffs. And Denver, they're 4-12. Obviously, they lost. They were very game against Kansas City, but they lost. I think it was 27-24. The Chargers are kind of getting hot. Herbert's great. I mean, he's the engine in regards to that offense. They have defensive players too. And I think this is another dangerous team in the AFC. And we'll talk a lot more about that when we talk about the teams that advanced, the 7 teams that advanced come wild card weekend.
They got players.
Dan hates the Chargers. I don't know why. I like them. They come off an absolute beatdown of the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, home versus home, crime, if you will.
One.
They beat the shit out of the Rams. So I think they're playing well. I think Bosa's back. You were right about the thing. Bosa hadn't played for a while. His core injury. He's back, I think. I don't know if he's going to play this week or that's going to save him for the playoffs. Why would he play him, right? So I think we're going to see Bosa in the playoffs. And that kid can fucking play if he's healthy. Denver, they had a better showing last week. Much better. Without Nathaniel Hackett, which is more indictments on Nathaniel Hackett, I guess. Russ was better, whatever. Chargers -3. They have nothing to play for in Denver. Like I said,
I'm going on a limb, and I'm going to take Denver on this one, just because the Chargers are in. They don't. No, it doesn't help the Chargers to win. So I don't.
It doesn't matter. I think they're cemented. I don't know that for sure.
They are. They're in.
They're in, but I don't know if it's a seeding thing though. If they could fall from 5 to 6 or 7, whatever the hell it is, I don't know that for sure. I'm gonna lay the Chargers -3 because fucking
5
Denver
or 6
blows.
matter.
What?
I mean, it matters who you play, but
Yeah, depends on who you prefer to play, I guess. I don't know. This week is so tricky in regards to betting.
I'm taking Denver on this one, just for the hell of it.
All right, I'm going to lay the points to the Chargers. And that's why the line's so low. I mean, if this game meant something to the Chargers, this game's -9 or something crazy.
Yeah, no. Denver
So it's so hard. The Rams play in Seattle, and this game does mean something. The Rams are 5-11 on the season. Seattle is 8-8 on the season. Seattle's -6.5. Here's the deal with the Seattle Seahawks. If they win this week and Detroit beats Green Bay on Sunday Night Football, they're in. So this game means a ton to Seattle. They're -6.5. Let's see if Baker Mayfield can go out, up north, on the coast and play. Is Seattle going to win this game by a touchdown, Dan?
No. They're going to win, but it ain't going to be a touchdown. No. I'm going with the Rams. Don't get sucked in.
I know. There's so much to play for, Dan. They played pretty well.
Baker has something to play for that I deserve to be here and be on this team.
But
He's
meanwhile,
not going to be beat by 6.5.
he played great for 2 weeks. Played bad for a week. Played
That's
great.
Baker.
Played bad.
You've seen Baker. You've known Baker.
Seattle Seahawks -6.5. I'm playing. They have a ton to play for.
No.
They played great against the Jets last week. I mean, they blew the Jets out. They blew them out, like from the gate. I like the momentum they have. I'm laying it. Next game on the board, Arizona plays San Francisco. San Francisco 2 touchdown favorites, -14.
2 touchdown favorites.
Arizona's
with their
absolutely
backup
nothing to play
quarterback.
for. I mean, Arizona the opposite record of the San Francisco 49ers. Arizona's 4-12 on the season. The 49ers 12-4.
Coach is going to be fired. I don't even know who the quarterback is.
Yeah, I mean, they lost late in Atlanta. I guess they were game. Kyler Murray hasn't played for a long time. Is Cliff Kingsbury going to be there?
No.
Is Kyler Murray going to be there?
No,
I mean,
it's a mess.
I mean, who's
GM's not going to be there.
Who's going to?
That's 2 number 1 quarterbacks.
Who's going to win that? Who's going to win that struggle in regards to the Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray? Because I don't think they like each other. So if you really like Cliff Kingsbury as your coach in Arizona, I think you deal Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's turned what seems to be like a kind of a polarizing player. Like it seems like he's disgruntled. Maybe you can't have a negative attitude as a starting quarterback for a National Football League.
I agree.
You got to be positive. You're the leader of the fucking football team. When things are going bad, you still have to be fucking positive.
They never should have given him that contract. I've never been a Kyler Murray fan.
I don't disagree.
Never thought he was worthy of where they drafted him. Get rid of his ass.
I tell you what, San Francisco comes off an uncharacteristic bad defensive performance against the Las Vegas Raiders where they gave up 24 points. They won the game 27-24 in overtime. Brock Purdy continues to play well. I think the San Francisco 49ers are a very dangerous team. I think they certainly I think it was a blip last week. I think they have the best defense in the National Football League, and I don't think you can really question it. Minus 14, once again, huge number in the National Football League. I'm laying it. I don't care. Arizona's so fucking bad.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean,
the 14.
They're playing for playoff seeding as well. I mean, so finally, I feel like somewhat mercifully, we're on to Sunday Night Football. And it's kind of a weird flexed game. It was a game that got flexed to Sunday Night Football. It's the Detroit Lions playing the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is a 4.5-point favorite in this game. Detroit comes off an absolute beatdown of my Chicago Football Bears. Detroit is now, 8-7 on the year. Is that right? I can't read my 8-9. 8-9 on the year. Jesus, I can't read any of my writing.
I don't know. It looks like 8-8.
It's gotta be 8-8. Yeah, it can't be 8-9 because they'd be finished. 8-8. The Packers are the same. You guys
Both are 8-8.
Yes. Yeah. Wow, you read my writing better than I do. And here's the deal. The Green Bay Packers win shockingly after their shitty season. Win and they're in. And here's the formula for the Detroit Lions. They need Seattle to lose. That's what they need. If Seattle loses their football game somehow against the Los Angeles Rams and Detroit beats Green Bay, Detroit's in. If Green Bay beats Detroit, Green Bay's in. Like, they have the simplest formula for the 7th seed in the wild card spot. Green Bay minus 4.5 in this game against Detroit, Dan.
I'm going with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not. I think Dan Campbell's team, regardless if Seattle wins in front of them, they're going to play their asses off. I mean, that guy's a motivating dude. And they're a pretty good football team. And I know the Packers have been on a run, but I think Detroit matches up well against them. I really do. There's no way they're getting throttled. I think they're in this game to the end. Maybe you have a chance to spoil Green Bay's season. I mean, that's a lot of fun to play for, too, even if you're knocked out of the playoffs. I own the Lions.
Do you think Detroit's in the quarterback market? Goff's played really well this year.
I agree. I mean, it's a very good question. I mean, they don't have that high of a draft pick, so no, I don't. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, they're 8-8, is that what I said? So what's that put them? 12, 13, 14, 15? Yeah. I don't know. The teens, right? Probably the teens. Right? Or maybe the early teens, 13, 14, 15, something like that.
I mean, this was, Baker Mayfield and all that. Oh, the Detroit Lions should take him because Goff and...
So they're not in the quarterback because you have to mortgage the future in regards to moving up to get a quarterback that you really, really have conviction on. So
Goff's played well.
I don't...
I think he's played well.
I completely agree with you, Dan. We're on the elephant picks, man.
Holy hell.
No shit. I agree with holy hell with Dan. I'm
Tennessee!
Really?
I'm going there! Don't bet your house. Bet your car, not your house.
Woo!
High flying, Rolex wearing.
Mark the Mechanic, married wife banging.
Yeah.
I'm on the Who Day Cincinnati Bengals -7 against Baltimore because I think Baltimore's a complete fucking fraud.
Wow.
I think Cincinnati blows them out. Woo! They're so much a better football team. That's strong. Baltimore's not a fraud, but they have no offensive ability without Lamar Jackson playing, and he's not going to play. I think the world of Joe Burrow. I mean, the world of him. I think he's so freaking good. Cincinnati is my elephant picked in. You in Tennessee, is that right?
Yep.
All right, very good. Hey, we got a national championship game here coming up on Monday after football. To be honest with you, I think the national championship game was played last Saturday night between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Georgia Bulldogs. Unfortunately for us, the Georgia Bulldogs ended up pulling out late, missed field goal by the Ohio State Buckeyes, who I think outplayed the Georgia Bulldogs, but they're not on the board anymore. It's TCU who was third ranked. Georgia's defending national champs, man. They're the 1 seed. They're 12.5-point favorites in this game. Stakes are high here. TCU's playing with house money. How loose are they going to play, Dan?
They're really loose. I mean, they came out and
house money, right?
Kicked the shit out of Michigan. I mean, that first half, their defense is good. TCU, I've seen them a couple times during the season, highlights and stuff. TCU's good, and I think Georgia wins the game, but I'm taking TCU because it ain't going to be by 12.5.
I hear you. I hear where Dan's coming from.
It's going to be a game. I can't wait.
You think it's going to be a game?
Yeah.
I love it. You know what the enrollment is at TCU, Dan?
22,000.
12,000 kids. 12,000 kids. At Athens, they have 37,000 at the enrollment. The Georgia Bulls, I mean, look, they played pretty good all season. I mean, I don't know what.
So they got some stupid rule, according to Teddy. You can't walk under some freaking arch.
I don't know about all that. I see some of that.
You saw the video. He sent it to both of us.
I didn't watch it, Dan. I was so
Screw that. That's stupid.
I was so under the weather. I didn't look at anything. I tell you what.
This is before you were sick. Pay attention.
Max Dugan's the quarterback at TCU. They may have
that dude should have won the Heisman.
Outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., they may have the best wide receiver in collegiate football, which is Quentin Johnston. I mean, he's a huge dude. He's 6'4". He runs a 4.4. I mean, he showed up against the game of Michigan. I mean, they're going to need a huge passing game because that's probably the weakest, 100% is the weakest link of the Georgia defense. And here's the deal. Jalen Carter, who's a great fucking football player, like, I'm watching this game against Ohio State. He was a non-factor at all. And he was on the sideline. I don't know if he ate too many fucking cheeseburgers over Christmas break or what the problem was. I mean, he's a great player. I saw him through the regular season. Great player. Like, he's non-factor. In any event, maybe Kirby Smart gets him. He has him for a week straight. Maybe he, fires his team up and they blow him out. But I'm with Dan. I'm taking TCU in the points, hoping it's a very good football game. Like I said, I think the national championship game happened last Saturday night, but we'll see. So that's a full week. I can't wait for Wild Card Weekend. Thank everybody for watching. The viewership has been wildly up the last couple of weeks, so thank you for that. The playoffs are here. I think the playoffs are here, unless Roger Goodell changes things. I love Wild Card Weekend. We'll be back for it next week, picking the games. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.